Good morning again. I lost a bunch of stuff that I shared, and I'm not going to be able to retrieve it because I don't ever express what it is that I experience in any one given moment the same way twice. It's just the nature of the way that my energy works because it just runs so fast. I don't keep it in memory. It's just gone. That's like returning home. And I realized the other day when I sat out here, over here by the lake, that my future self, my past self, my present self, my future self were merging. I had a conversation with my future self, and it's like you can measure the speed difference between outside the time stream, if you will, being inside of a time stream. And you can sort of calibrate how far off you are before you're back to being what you normally are, which is running so much fire in your light that you're hot as you can be in etheric form. So anyway, I was talking about the order of the cosmos, the natural order of the cosmos. And when you understand how the natural order of the cosmos works by experiencing it, that's how you know. Because love is the truth. So when you are what love is in etheric form, then you know what is true for you. That's how you know what you believe is true. Because belief is based on what you're experiencing and whether you believe that what you're experiencing is true or not. So I knew, for example, when I was a child, I was experiencing something that is less than what the hottest light is, which is the most powerful energy, and then I'm experiencing something that is less than what I am. So I know what I am, and that's an identity function. So that's basic logic. That's very simple. So I'll leave that. But I also covered the Achilles heel of any god and goddess, as any creator being, is boredom. Like running a drill press. Hey man, all I'm doing is getting paid $15 an hour to push a thing upside down all day long. Well, we can replace you with a robot. Now you can go off and play if you want, right? Because you are supposed to have fun down here, okay? Because everything that she gives you for free. She doesn't charge you to go surf a wave. She doesn't charge you to get an orange off a tree, okay? She doesn't charge you to drink the purest spring water there is in spirit, power your energy up. She doesn't charge you to be able to experience the purest air, the highest content of oxygen. It is energy, okay? It doesn't charge you anything because you're in a classroom. You're learning how energy works, how light works, through her. She gives everything away for free. She doesn't charge you anything. So why is people charging anything for energy? Because they haven't become what she is yet. They're not in alignment with who she is. So anyway, I wanted to share very real experiences that I had, which sort of become a demonstration model of how beings like us, okay, impart how it is that we experience, what it is that we are, and the ways in which we do. Now, as I mentioned in a previous video, it isn't going to mean anything to anybody. You could watch 1,000 videos and learning what it is that they're trying to impart to you as knowledge. Whether you believe in whether that's true or not is only going to be based on the perception of your vibration, which is the vibration of the speed wave in which you're using what it is that you are in speed wave vibration. You know your identity, your core vibration. You do. I know. I know mine. I knew mine when I first got in here. That was one of the things that I explained earlier in the last video that I thought was a great way to not use a metaphor, but a real life experience. Okay? And that would be much like the way that a guy or a girl, or anything for that matter, you could be a monkey, will rappel off, say, El Capitan. For those that don't know where El Capitan is, that's in Yosemite National Park. That's a famous cliff, straight up and down. A cliff face, okay? To rappel down, or go up, climb, rock climb it. Okay? But in this case, I was trying to make a point that is very similar of my childhood. Okay? When I read my first newspaper and I realized I was in a spiritual battlefield, which means these are electrical wars. I'm waging war against demons, vampires, warlocks, gargoyles, and technology, demonic technology that is designed to drain your energy. And they use it as food and source of energy. Because they realize how valuable you are, because you got a soul and you run an eternal battery. When you are what love is in living spirit and etheric form, and you're in an avatar like this, communicating love and light everywhere you go, You are a valuable source of not just DNA, but a valuable source of energy that they can't generate. The natural order of the cosmos is to be a self-generating source of energy, just like the girl on the planet is. Okay? Look how powerful her energy is that she gives everybody at no charge. That's free energy. That's what I give, free energy. Okay? The teachers down here, just like Patty Broussard, Karen Ann Luke McDonald, who's my clan mother, which is White Bear Tribe. We live through our heart, okay? Which is where all the love is, which is where all the light is. Because we are in an etheric form, naturally giving away electrons. We don't like to hold on to no density. Massless. Okay? So we're always giving away our energy. Okay? So that we can go faster and faster and faster and faster. We don't like baggage. We don't like density. Zero density. 0 point density. Okay? So anyway, I thought that lack of light is lack of fire, which is lack of imagination. So boredom is an Achilles heel. We're not machines. Spirit comes first. The spirit in the fire. And from that fire comes hot magma. And from that magma, things grow. That's life. That's where flowers come from. Okay? So anyway, I wanted to talk about El Capitan because that's a good example of when I was a child, and you can sort of, if you can, experience how I experience who I am in the way in which the information imparts ancient spiritual knowledge. Okay? Which is, when I'm going to go down the face of that cliff, I have to make sure before I get there that that rope isn't going to bust. That rope is tightly anchored. It's going to have a knot or a way in which it is secured into the electrons of the planet, which means it's anchored to the spirit of the girl in the planet. That's a metaphor. My spirit is anchored to the spirit in the planet. Her energy, her spirit. I'm anchored to her. That's why I was always running barefoot everywhere I went. One of the reasons I love Hawaii. So when I'm on the top of El Capitan and I'm going to rappel down, I want to make sure I got the strongest rope there is that can hold 185 pounds when I'm going down that rope. I have to make sure that failure is not an option. That rope is strong enough to hold my weight as I'm going down that mountain, because I don't want to have to experience fear. Okay? Because I am what love is. So I know how to anchor myself in the cosmos no matter where I am, because I always know where home is because it's anchored. And that anchor point is 0 point, which is through my heart. So when I'm on the top of that cliff and I got a picture in my mind of already being in the bottom, that's future proves past. I'm on the top, which is the past, but I already seen myself on the bottom. Which means I already know in time, which is really no time, I'm already there. Well, hell, then don't even bother rappelling down the side of the cliff. Because I just experienced and manifested that experience in my mind. And now I can write about it. Now I can tell you how I got down that cliff without actually going down that cliff. I just wrote about it because I already experienced it. Oh, but you got to experience it physically in the avatar. That's cool. We can do that. So I have to make sure that it's anchored. So I'm going to find me a big-ass, strong steel anchor. Pound it into the earth with a 40-pound sledgehammer. So there's no way it can ever come out and get loose. Okay? I have to know that it will never come loose. I don't want to have to think for 1 second rappelling down the side of that cliff. And I got a picture in my mind that it's getting loose. What do you think's going to happen? It will come loose. Because I thought it of coming loose. I'm using my psychic energy now to loosen it. Wait a second, I've already experienced being on the bottom. Yeah, but now I experience in my mind that anchor point is loosening. So I got to have trust in 0 point. That's called implicit trust, which means there's certain things that you know that nobody can take away from you. And that's called self-knowledge. That's gnosis. That's ancient spiritual knowledge. You know what you are in identity. I'm 0 point. So when you know that you are, then you know that when you're going to rappel down that cliff, you want to make sure that you're anchored to the strongest there is. That's source. That's a source from which all love and all light come in living spirit. That's what you are. So now I'm going to go rappelling down the side of that cliff, and since I've already been there, I'm going to show you how I got there. You can film me going down El Capitan on that rope. So now what happens is I go down inch by inch, foot by foot, and I'm rappelling down the side of El Capitan. And see, I'm happy and joyful, enjoying rappelling down there because I already know I'm going to make it. Now everybody else is looking at me, hey, is a rope going to... No, that rope's going to be fine, that anchor's fine. See, I already know that because that's exactly the way that it's going to happen. It's just exactly like when I used to be a pitcher in Little League and Pony League, and I used to be a pitcher. I know exactly where that ball is going to go. It's